correspondent. I am joined now by Congresswoman Diane Black, Republican from Tennessee's 6th District. Congresswoman Black, thanks so much for joining us. You know, the president came out today and said that he's already met Republicans halfway. What's your response?
Oh, I wish that were true. I was really looking forward and being encouraged to think that maybe we truly were going to have something new from the president, something different than what we have seen, at least over the last 2 years that I've been here. And I'm frankly just disappointed that we have more tax and spend, and we really aren't doing anything fundamentally different structurally to change the greatest driver of our debt, which is Medicare.
Congresswoman Black, you've said recently that the president failed to produce a budget that will ever come into balance. Why do you say that?
Well, because you just look at it, it's another $8 trillion in additional deficit over the next 10 years, and we're just adding to the debt again, once again. And you know, I'm so concerned about what we're going to leave for our future generations. I control spending in my own household, so I don't leave my children and grandchildren an extreme amount of debt to take care of. I've got to be responsible. I can't just say, oh, I'm just going to spend whatever I want because I'm not going to have to pay for it. And I think that's what we're doing once again in not finding a way to balance our budget. It is not about math and just saying we're going to balance it and taking the pencil at the bottom of the page. It's about truly how we care for our children and our grandchildren and future generations.
You're a former registered nurse. You have experience in the healthcare industry. A lot of people are looking for changes in the way Medicare and Medicaid is administered. What do you suggest?
Well, I suggest that we get down to the brass tacks and we actually talk, as we do in our budget and the Path to Prosperity, about how we can fundamentally change Medicare so we can make it solvent for the future. It goes bankrupt in 10 years. We can stick our head in the sand and say, no, we're not going to do anything. But we believe that we actually have a workable plan where we are not going to break our promise to seniors who are either in or near retirement, but that we're going to say for future generations that there will be something for you. There's a safety net there. And there is none of that in this new budget. It doesn't do that. It doesn't really do anything for the future of our Medicare and preserving it for those that are in it and protecting it for the future recipients.
Congresswoman Black, you know, everybody does talk about Medicare and that we need to address that situation, but then it gets a little tough when we start to talk about specifics. So give me some specifics about what needs to be done with Medicare to help bring down the costs.
Well, first of all, we have to look at where the problems are with Medicare. When Medicare was first put into place, you had many more workers than what you have today putting into the pot, and now with 10,000 baby boomers a day taking out of the pot, it just is not actuarially sound. For every $1 that a recipient puts in, that beneficiary will need at least $2 more to take care of them throughout their aging years. And so we cannot continue down this same path. And what we really want to do is we want to preserve it for those people who are my children and grandchildren.
How do you preserve it? That's what I'm asking. Everybody kind of agrees on the broad stroke. Right. What are the specifics here?
Sure. You change the way in which beneficiaries are going to help to support the program. So as in our program of Path to Prosperity, where we put it into a premium support program, just like you do, and I liken this to what I do as an employer. Employers pay a certain amount, and then an employee pays into the program as well on a premium. It's a guaranteed program. The recipients cannot be turned down. They are covered. We put it out into the marketplace. Competition drives the price down, the cost down, and it gives people an opportunity to be able to choose what they think is best for them. I think this patient-centered, market-based is really the way to go, and it does preserve it for the future. Actuarially, it's been looked at and said, yes, this is sound, and this is something that we can do to actually make a difference, a big difference.
I want to thank you very much for joining us, Congresswoman Diane Black, representing